This is a Pick 6 Nintendo Series match, scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, from the temple of Lusk, on Beach Island, New Jersey, weighing 203 pounds, addicted to love, Rhett, Titus.
Popular rising stars in Ring of Honor makes his way to the ring. Kenny Omega had a very memorable matchup against ROH World Champion Austin Aries in Mississauga, Ontario, back at the Omega Effect. Tonight, taking on Addicted to Love, Rhett Titus. Kenny Omega.
One has to wonder to themselves, Dave, if perhaps Austin Aries told Rhett any advice beforehand going into this.
Seeing as how Rhett Titus and Kenny King are under the direction of Austin Aries, I would say without a doubt he's been given some advice by the world champion heading into this matchup. Omega certainly has more momentum behind him as of late in ROH competition than Rhett Titus does. Titus and King have made a formidable tag team in the tag division, but Rhett Titus trying to build up his wins here in singles action. And he's got his hands full with one of the most acrobatic and athletic men on the ROH roster today.
Not a good night for the Code of Honor, is it, so far?
Not at all. The hepatitis chant breaks out in Manassas.
Don't you have to not be a virgin to get hepatitis, though?
Not much makes sense. That's right now. Omega going after the arm of Rhett Titus. Omega also pulled out a very memorable victory against Davey Richards in Collinsville, Illinois. Back at the Clash of the Contenders event, available at ROHWrestling.com. One heck of a back-and-forth matchup. And that was one of Omega's first real breakout wins in ROH. And many see him to be a potential future champion here in Ring of Honor.
Seems like so far Kenny Omega's pretty confident going into this. Obviously, he's much more experienced and well-traveled than Rhett Titus. Firmly in control of this matchup, up until that knee, of course.
However, Rhett does have a slight height advantage on Omega, and both men are very well-conditioned. Rhett Titus in probably the best physical condition of his career. Elbows his way free, we thought, but Kenny Omega held on. Back to the waistlock. Rhett Titus able to take him down to the canvas, but only for a moment. Head scissors from Omega, and both men back to their feet. Todd Sinclair making sure that a little bit of distance between these two men as they get ready to tie up once again.
Rhett Titus was able to use that tutelage from Austin Aries, who did train him to win the ROH Top of the Class trophy. Maybe he could use that to go a little further in his career.
These fans definitely behind Kenny Omega tonight. But Titus showing confidence. We've seen Rhett Titus really develop over the past year or so here in ROH action. Getting better and better with each outing, and right there, one step ahead of Kenny Omega. He was looking for maybe a monkey flip right there, but Rhett put on the brakes and stomped down on the face of his opponent.
Picking Omega up by his trademark curly locks.
A bit of a hip swivel for the fans in attendance. Can't get the suplex, though. Omega into the wrist lock he goes on Titus. Cranking away on the arm and chopping away at the chest. Headbutt for good measure. And another chop from Omega. Another headbutt. Nice combination from Omega as he sends the man off the ropes. Hip toss takes him down. Titus back on his feet. Another hip toss from Omega. Blocks the attempt at the third, though, holding his ground. And jockeying for the advantage. Who's going to get it? Titus all the way over the top and to the floor.
Nice series of reversals there on the hip toss attempts by both men.
And here comes Omega. Soars through the ropes and connects with that drop kick. Has these fans on their feet.
So you mentioned Rhett Titus was confident before. I think there's a fine line between confidence and cockiness that Rhett just jumps way over, and it's going to cost him eventually.
He has proven on many occasions that he can back up his confidence, his cockiness, with victories inside the ring, typically at the side of his tag team partner, Kenny King. Able to kick out right there.
Listen, no one's denying Rhett Titus's athletic ability. He's a good wrestler. It's just that the cockiness clouds his judgment, I think, sometimes. And I think Kenny Omega's having some fun at his expense here.
Big snap there and a drop kick to the neck. Omega measures him for that shot, but Rhett Titus staying on his feet. Another from Omega, has him wobbly. Atomic drop from Omega.
Inverted atomic drop now.
Off the ropes with momentum now, but referee pulled in the way by Titus. And that was the opening he needed to catch Kenny Omega off guard and connect with the drop kick. Cover. Only two.
I think it's a general consensus that Rhett Titus has one of the best drop kicks in Ring of Honor.
And he got great height on it. And it looks like that maneuver, that drop kick, has turned the tide of this match in Titus's favor. As now Kenny Omega down in the corner with the boot of Rhett Titus right across his throat.
This has to be an important match for Rhett Titus because Omega was just a contender for Austin Aries' title a few shows ago. A victory over Omega would probably do wonders for his standing in the ROH rankings.
That's exactly what Titus needs right now, are some singles victories under his belt. But Omega firing away at that midsection until the knee connected with his chest. Possibly a slingshot coming up right here. The throat of Omega right across the bottom rope. Struggling for breath. Holding his head in position and drives down with the knee across the side of the head of Kenny Omega. Could have done a lot of damage to his neck right there from that position.
It looks like, at least with the past couple moves, that Rhett's targeting the neck, but he goes for a pin. Only two.
Several maneuvers in Rhett Titus's arsenal do a lot of damage to the neck of his opponents. Omega firing back, trying to get the advantage once again. Went to the eyes that time, taking away the vision of Omega. Staying on his feet, avoiding the body slam right there. Charges. Hot shot right across the top rope, throat first.
Right on the neck again. Another pinfall.
Only 2. Kenny Omega hanging in there, despite all the damage done to the neck. And encouragement from the fans here in Virginia. Now placing Kenny Omega near the ring post. This is a very dangerous position.
Looks like Rhett's backing up for some momentum. Kicks him right in the head.
And there was nowhere for Omega to go in that position. The ring post was waiting if he would move to the side. Just met the full force of the kick from Rhett Titus right there. Handful of hair once again, pulling him back inside the ring now. The knee strikes from Titus. And tosses him overhead. Looked like he had him by the hair on that. Hooks the leg. Gets that shoulder up, only 2.
Wonder how difficult it is right now for Kenny Omega to breathe with all the damage that was done to his throat. That could definitely hinder his performance here.
You gotta think it's very difficult for him to catch his breath at this point. And right now, to the chin lock goes Titus, trying to cut off even more of the oxygen right here. This could turn into a choke. Referee needs to make sure that it doesn't slip into a choke. Omega trying to stay in this contest, as Rhett Titus has him in full control right now. His fans encouraging him to get back to his feet. He does. Can he break free of the chin lock? Elbow to the midsection. Breaks free of the chin lock, but another handful of hair from Titus sends him crashing down to the mat. You got to admit, smart wrestling on Titus's part, though. Every maneuver doing more damage, putting more strain on the injured neck of Kenny Omega, now with this figure 4 head scissors.
Yeah, the lights might be fading. We could be seconds away from Rhett's victory, but Omega's trying to fight it off.
Trying to fight his way free of this head scissors. Titus trying to cut off circulation. He can pass out. Also, more strain on that neck. And he's got it in the center of the ring, too. Nowhere near the ropes for Omega to force a break.
Yeah, this is definitely a bad place for Kenny Omega. The shoulders are down, but he got him up just in time.
Turns it over.
Wait a minute. He might be lifting him for Croyt's Wrath.
If he can get him up! Oh, too much damage has been done to that neck. Couldn't support all the body weight of Rhett Titus.
Yeah, maybe all the blood just rushed from his head.
Exchanging shots now. Omega trying to hang in there. Got to think that he's very worn down at this point.
Yeah, look at him opening and closing his eyes. Maybe he can't even see too well, but he's firing back.
Oh, what a shot from Omega!
And Rhett just got slapped in the face, probably not for the first time either.
Series of forearms, but a chin breaker right there from Titus. Has Omega stunned. Titus now off the ropes, but gets drop kicked down to the canvas. Omega's got a great drop kick as well. And this gives him a little bit of time to dig down for some energy.
Fans getting behind Kenny Omega after he landed a nice drop kick right to Rhett's head, rocked him. Now he's trying to get back to his feet.
Pulls himself up in the corner, ducks the big boot, and chops him down to the mat. A couple of Polish hammers from Omega. Sends Titus off.
Went for a spin kick, but Rhett held onto the ropes and walked right into one.
Still gets that maneuver, cover. Too close to the ropes. Gonna pull Titus back to the center of the ring. He's going for a Uranagi suplex possibly right there. Titus tosses him down.
Nice reversal by Rhett.
He's back up, though, catches the boot.
Oh, Rhett went for that face buster, but Omega had him scouted.
And waiting for the right moment to charge here. Face first to the canvas goes Titus. Cover! Only 2. Titus escapes. Omega getting his second wind. Uranagi plants him. Only 2. You know, he went for Kreutz Wrath earlier, but couldn't support the body weight of Titus on that bad neck. Will he go for the maneuver again to try to pull it off? Or would that just not be in the best interests of Kenny Omega? Looks like he's going to try. Maybe go for the Dragon Suplex. He's trying for Kreutz Wrath.
Looks like he's got his bearings about him this time, but Rhett grabs onto Todd Sinclair.
And a low blow. And gets the neck breaker. Titus now with the cover. Feet on the ropes, but only 2. The low blow, grabbing hold of the referee, feet on the ropes, and he still can't pull out the win. Gotta wonder if maybe Titus is a little flustered right now as the fans get behind Kenny Omega.
Rhett probably is flustered. I mean, he's hitting some nice moves, but it's not enough. And then he's trying to cheat.
None of the shortcuts have worked thus far. Omega now chopping away at the chest. Ringing away on the arm of Titus. Irish whip. Into the buckle he goes. What does Omega have in mind for Titus right now? All the way across the ring. He charges. Elbow in the corner.
Now up on the apron. Springboards in. Drop kick right to the back of the head.
Got all of it. Dragon suplex. Snaps him down on his neck. Cover. 2 3/4. But he got that shoulder up.
You can hear from the crowd that they're pretty surprised Rhett was even able to kick out of that.
With all the damage done in the neck of Kenny Omega during this matchup, that one Snapdragon suplex could have completely taken out the neck of Titus, but he still had enough to kick out.
Now Omega up to the top. Rhett comes up. Super Sex Factor.
That could be it. Cover. No, only 2. Rhett can't believe it. Needs to follow up here on Omega. It's back and forth.
And it looks like Rhett is trying to put Omega up to the top. What's he going for?
Well, he's known for executing that Splash Mountain maneuver, the variation, but Omega lands on his feet.
Hadouken right to the face.
Omega looking to follow up now. Kreutz Wrath.
Looks like this is it.
He's got him up. Can he get it? He does. And he gets the 3 count.
Going into the match, Kenny Omega.
Coming up, tag team action. Kevin Steen and El Generico take on the Embassy.